Can't plan with nobody. Step in that ring with them, be prepared. Oh my God! All day. There you go. That's it. That's it. Just relax. There you go. Just relax.
It's gonna be a whole different side of me coming into the fight. It's gonna be like something just snapped. Like I turned to a different person.
Ah! There you go, guys.
Right here, baby.
There you go. 1 out.
Gervonta Davis has taken his comeback preparation to another level under Calvin Ford, pushing through a demanding training grind. As camp intensifies, Ford is fully focused on refining Davis's edge and elevating every aspect of his performance.
Because he understands that he got to put his pants on, training wheels going. You got what you for. Let's get it now.
Calvin Ford made it clear that Tank has evolved into a different fighter, pointing to their journey together and expressing confidence that they are approaching their peak. He emphasized that the hunger is still there, and once everything comes together, Tank will be nearly unstoppable.
I'm watching the wrong man. Journey that I've been with him, I know it's more to come. Because we reaching that pinnacle. Because he's hungry. We unstoppable when we come together.
Tank is training harder than ever as his comeback camp intensifies. Davis is fully focused on refining his skills while pushing his conditioning to a higher level in preparation for his return.
See some speed. He's like, yo, where the coming from?
Gervonta Davis explains that a genuine opportunity helped transform his mindset and allowed him to rise above the struggles of his small-town beginnings. He credits Calvin Ford's belief in him for keeping him focused, even when he never imagined reaching this level of success.
Make it out. It gives you that different look on life. It make you train bigger than just your small town or your hard times that you've been through. It's crazy to me that who would know I would be that guy. I knew I'd be big, but I never knew that I would be like the guy that actually like break them doors. Calvin believed in me. Calvin believed in me no matter what. That's what was the important piece of me staying focused and I know I have somebody that's counting on me.
Calvin Ford emphasized that Gervonta Tank Davis is mentally locked in and showing a sharp, focused approach. He explained that they are gradually rebuilding his form, moving from early-stage preparation into full training after a long layoff.
Good, I enjoyed it.
So, how are we with everything, man? How's Tank been?
In a good headspace, great headspace, looking good, you know, just trying to go through our stages, you know, it's like pre-camp, then camp, you know, get them from, we ain't fought in a while. You know what I'm saying? We was getting prepared for a road.
One of his trainers noted that Gervonta Davis cannot tolerate the idea of losing in any situation, especially in a fight like this. He added that this mentality only raises the stakes and makes the matchup even more exciting to watch.
I know Tank hate losing in Lamont. Damn sure don't want to lose, so it's gonna make for a good fight, man.
Meanwhile, boxing fans have been buzzing about a potential showdown between Gervonta Davis and Shakur Stevenson. Davis has reportedly intensified his training as speculation around the matchup continues to build. And thing litter hand, Shakur Stevenson has also returned to the gym, training intensely as he works his way back to peak condition.
We gonna lose. We can't lose. Because all we do is win.
Stevenson is concentrating on rebuilding his rhythm and improving his conditioning as he sharpens his form for what lies ahead.
Right here.
Shakur Stevenson has expressed his willingness to take on any major challenge, including a potential clash with Gervonta Davis. He made it clear that he is pursuing the biggest fights possible, aiming to test himself against elite opponents and solidify his position among boxing's very best.
Makes sense, but once again, I would love to make the biggest and best fights happen. I would love to make the most competitive fights happen, and I would love to show the world why I am the best fighter in the sport of boxing.
On the other side, Gervonta Davis is also looking toward a possible showdown with Shakur Stevenson, and if the fight materializes, he is expected to apply constant pressure with an aggressive, high-intensity style.
I'm just saying, like, not even Shakur, I'm just saying, like, them as a whole, like, it'd be different, like, fighting them. It'd be more so, like, coming to get them.
You would approach it differently.
Shakur Stevenson made it clear that he is fully ready to face Gervonta Davis, but also stated that if Davis chooses not to take the fight, there is nothing more he can do to force it into reality.
I would love it, but at the end of the day, once again, if somebody says they never gonna fight me,
then you can't rely. Yeah, you gotta move on.
Gervonta Davis dismissed Shakur Stevenson as a significant threat, highlighting his defensive approach and suggesting that he doesn't apply enough pressure for top-level competition.
Those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur.
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit in boxing.
Shakur Stevenson responded with strong confidence, saying he currently feels unstoppable. He directly addressed both Gervonta Davis and Ryan Garcia, delivering a clear warning as potential fights continue to loom.
None of these dudes gonna beat me. I don't care what happens under them bright lights. I step up, and the bigger the event, the bigger the occasion, I'm gonna be a lot better than any of these guys.
Meanwhile, Gary Russell Jr. called the matchup a perfect style clash for fans, one that would likely produce non-stop action and intensity. He noted that one fighter is known for chasing stoppages and dictating the pace of fights, which naturally increases the excitement. Russell also added that the contrast in styles alone makes the bout highly marketable, even without much promotional buildup.
Tank fight, he come to get boogie. He come to where if he don't whoop your ass, he gonna knock you out. Same with me. If I'm gonna whoop your ass, or you going out of here. Clean up time. Let's go. Styles like that being clashed against each other, it's gonna be a juicy fight. It's bound to be a juicy fight. Yeah. People's going to tune into it. That's why they really would tune into it, because of the styles. Now that don't need no build-up because of the style.
Gary Russell Jr. praised Shakur Stevenson as a highly technical and precise boxer who depends on strong defense, smart movement, and efficient execution. He highlighted that Stevenson avoids unnecessary risks, preferring to control fights through discipline, timing, and intelligent shot selection.
Shakur, he got a different style. He got a surgical style. He's a boxer. He don't get hit. He's not going to get hit. He's going to move. He's going to be smart and obedient. He's not going to try to throw no wasteful shots. And he's not going to take no risk for real with certain fighters. Why? Because it'd be foolish. His job is to win. And if he can do that by playing it safe, and he's gonna do that. Right. It's not stupid of him. It's smart of him. It's obedient.
Roy Jones Jr. also suggested that Gervonta Davis is one of the few fighters capable of beating him. He explained that when Davis is locked in and disciplined, he becomes a serious problem for anyone in the ring, adding that full motivation turns him into a major threat regardless of any outside distractions or noise.
But don't get twisted. If somebody could beat him, Tank Davis would be that person because of his intangibles. When Tank is disciplined and got his mind on right, Tank is a problem for anybody. Because Tank can fight better than most people think he can. It's just that sometimes his outside antics get the better of him, and it make people think less of him, but don't underestimate Tank Davis. If Tank is motivated and ready to fight.
Calvin Ford also acknowledged Shakur Stevenson's skills, mentioning that he has known him since his early days. However, he suggested that Stevenson has still not been fully tested at the highest elite level. Ford said a fight with Gervonta Davis would represent Stevenson's toughest challenge, while implying that Davis would not experience the same level of difficulty. He added that the matchup would ultimately expose a clear difference in overall levels.
Cool, because that's the one that's a 50-50 fight. I feel like that's the only one that's like, y'all, those are two guard-level fighters.
Let me explain something. Shakur is a master boxer.
Yes.
True indeed. I know the kid, he was raised up with us, but he's a kid to us. You understand what I'm saying? But he's gonna get his just due.
Yeah.
He just have to focus on his just due. And again, have you seen Shakur really been tested yet?
No.
His man, Charles Crawford said, his biggest, hardest fight is who?
It's gonna be Tank. I think so too. I told him that too.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do I think Shakur is gonna be Tank's hardest fight? No.
It's funny, they both say, when I say that to both, when I said that to Tank and the thing, he said, hell no. I say, what you, and I said that to Shakur, I said, Tank, he said, no, hell no.
Both of them
They
should
both
feel that way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But when it really happened, we're gonna really see it.
Yeah.
It's just like when they talk about Devin's situation.
Right.
You know, it's levels.
Jeff Mayweather described the fight as one that would keep fans fully engaged from beginning to end, with an outcome that is difficult to predict. He acknowledged Shakur Stevenson's technical boxing ability, but emphasized that Gervonta Davis only needs a single clean punch to completely change the direction of a fight. Mayweather highlighted Davis's one-punch knockout power and added that his ring IQ is often overlooked due to his reputation for knockouts. In his opinion, anyone who enters the ring with Davis is always at real risk of getting caught.
That's the fight where you're gonna be sitting in your seat and you're gonna be entertained every second of that fight. And no one knows how that fight's gonna end. I mean, Shakur is a great boxer, but still, he doesn't, I mean, you know, it only takes Tank one punch.
Right.
And if Tank catches him, no matter how great he is, he'll probably go out too. You know, so that's the one thing with Tank is a one-punch knockout artist. And basically, and I mean, his IQ is extremely, extremely high. People don't give him credit for it because of his knockout ratio. But the thing is that I just think that anyone that steps in that ring with him has a chance to.
On the other hand, Shakur Stevenson also expressed interest in a potential fight with Conor Benn, while making it clear that he does not consider him to be on his level. Stevenson reiterated his confidence, stating that if they ever meet in the ring, he would control the fight and clearly outclass him from start to finish.
On my level, I've been said this, and I will beat the holy out of Conor.
Shakur Stevenson's interest in the fight intensified after fans began questioning his size and doubting his chances. He explained that the criticism only motivated him further to prove himself in the ring. Stevenson also suggested that a stoppage victory was a real possibility, adding that he would be disappointed if he failed to secure the finish.
I'm only interested because when I said let's do it, every fan said, oh, he's too small, he's going to get murdered, he's going to get beat up. So since y'all felt that way, then let's make the fight happen. Let me show y'all why I will beat the holy out of Conor Benn.
So can I just ask specifically, how does that fight play out? You think you stop him?
I think there's a real possibility I stop him. I will be disappointed in myself if I don't.
Conor Benn pointed to Shakur Stevenson's remarks about potentially dropping back down in weight instead of staying at 147 or moving up, contrasting it with earlier discussions of a possible fight at 154. Benn labeled the shift as cowardly from his perspective, insisting that he is willing to face anyone regardless of weight class. He referenced his own move up 2 divisions to take on a more experienced former interim champion as evidence of his mentality. Benn made it clear that he has no hesitation and is unfazed by any opponent.
Now I'm dropping back down to 135 or 130, whatever it is, and I'm not fighting at 147. Whereas a couple months before I said they'd fight me at 154. You know, so it's just cowardly, you know, because for me, I fight anyone. I've jumped up 2 weights to fight my arch nemesis who was more experienced.
former interim champion, this and that. I'll fight anyone. Not bothered. I'm not bothered.
Shakur Stevenson admitted that Conor Benn has shown clear improvement and is no longer the same fighter he once was. He gave Benn credit for his progress, but emphasized that his own experience in boxing is on a completely different level. Stevenson added that Benn simply doesn't have enough years in the sport to close that gap.
I think he can get better. I think he's getting better. I don't think he's staying in one spot. I definitely think he's getting better, but when I say green, it's just I done had a lot of years in the sport of boxing that he hasn't had, so he can't catch up to me.
Conor Benn responded with confidence, stating that he would still beat Shakur Stevenson even if the fight took place years in the future. He dismissed any concerns about size differences or timing, insisting that the outcome would remain unchanged whenever they eventually meet in the ring.
I still smash your ass. First fight down at 147 in 3 years, and I'll still give it to you.
Andre Ward described the matchup as highly entertaining, especially considering the level of hype it would create. He called Conor Benn a dangerous, aggressive fighter who applies constant pressure and carries legitimate punching power. However, Ward pointed out that Shakur Stevenson's technical ability, sharp ring intelligence, and overall control in the ring would likely be the key factors, allowing him to gradually take over the fight as it unfolds.
And that's straight ahead. He's going to step on the gas as long and as hard as he can. So I think from that standpoint, and Shakur being the smaller fighter, I think that's going to make for an interesting matchup. But I think ultimately skills and IQ and ability and ring smarts are going to win out again. I think it's going to net out with Shakur Stevenson being the...
Carl Froch suggested that Conor Benn may not yet be at the level required to face Shakur Stevenson. He said Benn could potentially make the fight competitive on a good night, but Stevenson's overall skill set would likely determine the outcome. Froch also noted that Benn's strong fan base in England would make the fight commercially appealing. However, he emphasized that Stevenson's technical ability would probably outweigh any size advantage Benn might bring.
For Shakur Stevenson, which I can't believe because he's not ready for that yet. There's no criticism. If he goes in there and he gives Stevenson a fight, Stevenson called him in the ring, he got in, and there was exchanging verbal abuse. Stevenson's probably thinking, actually, Conor Benn's a big fighter in England. He brings a crowd, so it'll bring the money. So you think, I fancy that. It's a steady fight. Like, Conor Benn thinks he's too big for him, but sometimes size doesn't matter. And for this one, I just think Shakur Stevenson will be far too talented for Conor.
That wraps up today's breakdown. As always, the debate continues to heat up, with fans split down the middle on every angle. In the end, only time inside the ring will reveal the real answers. Stay tuned for more updates, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay locked in for the next video.